This is my story, and it's just stuck inside of me my whole life, and I've never said this to any of these experiences to her. But when I was 23, I had meditation, and this is an Esalen Bixer, and next thing I knew, Mother was holding me in her arms. God was holding me in his arms. Then, when I met Mother, I realized it was Amma, because when I say God and him, this is who God was to me. Ma came to me, and it wasn't a dream, but it was very lucid and very real. And she came to me as Mother Mary.
How Amma Shri Karunamayi changed forever the life of Bhavani from Southern California. It is a most personal story about Mary, the mother of Jesus, and Amma, shared here on Souljourns. Welcome to Souljourns. This interview was recorded in Pasadena, California in March 2018.
Bhavani, you've got an interesting story to share with us. I suspect over the years we're going to hear quite a few from you and have you point us to quite a few interesting people, as you already have. What's on your mind about this story that you'd like to share with us?
Well, this story is about a little girl raised in a very devout Catholic family. And, they said prayers before meals, and she gathered together with her family every evening and said prayers. Sunday, she went to Mass, and really, really was a very happy little girl. And went to Catholic school, and she's very close to her mother. And she just remembers growing up really happy, but there was something in there that she was missing. And she wasn't sure, 5, 6 years old. And she would ask her mom, I feel like something's missing. And her mom would listen to her, and again later in junior high school, she had the same feeling again, and she didn't know who to speak to, so again she spoke to her mom. She said she felt like she was missing something. This thing is missing in my life. I don't know what it is, she would say. And then again in high school, and she thought, oh, must be a soulmate. Oh, maybe it's a boyfriend or a husband. And then again in college, just this nagging, persisting, missing something. There's something just missing. She's just feeling so distraught. Her life's not complete. And then, again in college, thinking, oh, this has to be a husband, or this is a child. She's gonna have a little girl, thinking. There's somebody. Now she knew it was somebody missing from her life. And it was constant. It was a constant feeling of missing somebody so important that she came into this world for. And she was waiting. Okay, it's got to be somebody special, a best friend, a soulmate. All through her 20s, all through her whole life, as long as she could remember. And then one day, her sister said, go over there and go get a blessing. There's this Divine Mother. And she went there and signed the card, wrote down all her little things she needed blessing for. And at that time, they were kneeling all the way up to Amma. And she met Mother for the first time, got a first individual blessing, and just dissolved right there. And that moment was so special, and she couldn't even move. Like after the blessing was over, it just fell. She couldn't get out of the darshan line. She was like a 1,000-pound elephant. And tears just came and came and came, and tears of bliss, tears of joy. And never again did that little girl, that woman, ever feel like she was missing a thing. She finally found the thing she was looking for.
And who was that little girl?
It took my whole life, and no doubt many lifetimes, many lifetimes I'd been waiting.
Question. You were thinking out loud. I heard the words. Should I say this from the first person or the third person? You chose the third person. Why?
I don't know.
You don't think it's happened to you yet?
This is my story, and it's just it's just stuck inside of me my whole life, and such a joy and blessing that I got to meet Amma and be with her, and no doubt she's been with me my whole life.
We've been around Amma, Jody and me, for about 11 years now, soon going on 12. And I've never had a year like this where so many people are sharing from the heart their stories. What stories? Their stories. Their stories just like you did. What prompted you to want to share this? I'm just curious because it's a great story.
Because there's so many stories with Alma that, what she's doing right now in people's lives, and she's been with me way before I met her physically. Mm-hmm. In fact, the first meditation I ever did, and I was 23, and...
Meaning with Amma?
No, I wasn't with Amma.
She was with you internally?
Yeah, I hadn't met Amma till my late 20s,
mm-hmm.
but she'd been with me my whole life. And then when I turned, and I've never said this to any of these experiences to her, but when I was 23, I had meditation, and I went, and they were chanting Om Namah Shivaya. I had no idea what that was. And went into meditation. This is an Esalen, Big Sur. Mm-hmm. And we went into meditation, and next thing I knew, Mother was holding me in her arms.
Now, was this a mental vision?
No. God was holding me in his arms. And the experience was so phenomenal, I couldn't remember it for 2 weeks. Then, when I met Mother, I realized it was Amma, because when I say God and him, this is who God was to me. Her skin was so soft. There was no bones. There was no muscles. There was no hair. It was just soft and subtle, just so. Yes, it was Amma.
You've done a pretty good job of telling us the answer to a question I like to ask, but I'm going to ask it in your case anyway. Since Amma's come into your life consciously, how has your life been transformed? How's it been?
Like I'm seeing Amma today. It's so amazing just to see her, but I have the experience that she's always with me and will come to me. So it's like icing on the cake that I get to see her physically and just sit and talk with her. Wow.
You told us about your biggest world question, personal question for all the years of your life. What's replaced it now that one's been answered? Do you have a second biggest question that's on your mind about the meaning of your existence, why you're here?
The why I'm here, definitely. I mean, after that story that I told, we all came to elevate, to love each other. Mm-hmm. And I was waiting to see Amma again because she's taking me to the place that I need to go, and I'm following her. And then eventually, Ma elevates us so much that we just become like her, We become little Ammas, and I'm so blessed to be a part of her group and the whole family, the Amma family.
She's told us that she's Mary, the mother of Jesus. Your name is Mary. You've been on Mary's tail for a long time trying to find her, from what I remember. Do you see her as Mary? Or is that too big of a leap yet?
Well, I would originally say I wouldn't be able to see that. I mean, Amma is all divine mothers. But there's absolutely no doubt in my mind she is, absolutely is, in all the forms of Mary. Jody's pulling this out of me, so I'm going to go ahead and say it. I had Ma came to me, and it was in a dream, but it was very lucid and very real. And she came to me as Mother Mary. She came to me actually as Amma, but she opened up her body, and all the forms of Mother Mary came from her. All the names of Divine Mother Mary came out of her. Many forms of the Divine Mother just opened out of her back. Just saw them come out, all the names of Mother Mary. And it was so unbelievable. I woke up crying, and that day was just such a huge blessing. And then that evening, I thought, okay, Amma, what am I supposed to do with all this? What can I do with all of this? You're the forms, you're the names of Mary, and absolutely, I had the experience she was. Not that I just see this dream, she was that. What can I do with that? So she comes again, and she tells me, learn the names, get those names. That is like a treasure house of names, like Lalita Sahasranam. Mm-hmm. She loves those names. That's Mother, and all the names of Mother Mary, and all of the forms of Mother Mary that are attached to those names is what I saw in Amma. Every one of them.
And that was a lucid dream. Very much.
That was a real dream, absolutely Ma-given dream. I can't even think of something like that. And I feel, wow.
What a great personal story.
Thank you for...
Jody might have a question.
Do you have the list of names of Mary?
Oh, sure.
And do you recite them or chant,
I have
chant
this,
them?
not only that, it's like the form of Mary that came to me. I was just recently taking a trip down in Mexico with a girlfriend, and she was doing treatments down there. I had no idea what day of the week it was. We just come back in December, and it was, I saw a Guadalupe that was just stunning, and she spoke to me, and we bought this Guadalupe. We're coming back across the border.
With the shards of lightning and coming out.
And taking the train all along the coast. We end up in the train station downtown, and I'm carrying this huge statue of Guadalupe, and it happened to be December 12th.
Which was?
The feast day of Guadalupe. And so many people there were so happy. And so now she's sitting on her own altar with just dozens of candles everywhere. She's got her names. She's in the baby Mother Mary, held by St. Anne. Statue is there. The three holy generations.
And you've got Mother Mary about 500 feet from where you're sitting right now.
Really?
In the flesh.
Really, and Amma is really do believe that, and it's hard to wrap our little minds around it because we're so stuck in this material thing. Absolutely.
Oh, thank you. It's a wonderful story to share. Share more in the future.
Thank you, Ted.
God bless
Thank
you.
you.